Alright, so Christine here, and I am taping. I'm going to tape my friend Caitlin's thumb here just to demonstrate how to tape a thumb. And first we're going to start out with some pre-wrap. Normally, if you have it, you could start out with some adhesive spray, but I don't, and so I'm just going to pre-wrap her. You can do it multiple ways. So when pre-wrapping, you want to try and keep the pre-wrap pretty flat as much as possible. And that hand's a lot more different than the hand that I wrapped. When I pre-wrap a thumb, if I'm going to be taping the thumb, to get the base of the thumb covered with the pre-wrap, I poke a hole through it and move it down. I probably could poke a hole a little bit higher. Just because it's a lot easier than trying to layer it on, pre-wrap a different way. It's going to fit it a lot better because you have that hole, so it just fits around. And that way you've got the pre-wrap over it. There we go. Just come back down. So got her all pre-wrapped. We get some tape, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some anchor strips just to hold the pre-wrap down on the ends. Maybe if I can get the tape up. Haha, there we go. So just 1 or 2 anchor strips around the bottom. And then you also do 1 or 2, I'm just going to do 1 just due to the size of her hand. Anchor strips around the top here. Okay. And so normally you think of a thumb injury, you're going to have an injury where you're falling on it and it goes back. So you want to prevent that thumb with taping it. You're going to want to prevent it from going back. So it's going to take me a little second here. Normally if you have 1/2 inch tape instead of an inch tape, it's a lot easier, it's a lot faster. You can just get it straight off. I have to take my 1 inch tape and tear it in half to form these little strips. What you're going to do is you're just going to wrap it around the back of the thumb and pull down and do a little cross over here in the middle. So I'm going to have Caitlin turn her hand, show it to her. You can see the little cross where I just layered it down over. And you're going to do that a couple times, at least 3. The higher up you go on the thumb when you're taping down, the less able she's going to be to pull that thumb back. Just because of the fact that it's got more torque on it because it's higher up. Can you pull it back? Yeah. Good. Doing it right. And I'm just going to do 4 here just for a fact of I'm tearing my tape in half so we get 2 with each time. So let me take this up a little bit more. And you want to feather it. So when you're coming up, you can see that I'm starting just a little bit higher than where I was the last time. So that way it's making its way up, but it's not like you're just starting a new strip each time. You're at least layering it over, so it's going to add to that strength of taping. When you're taping, make sure you're trying to keep everything flat, just so that way you don't have something to pick at. She doesn't have something to pick at while she's practicing or whatever she's doing. So now that you're here, you already taped it. I'm just going to do a continuous loop with my tape, and you want to close up all the gaps of the pre-wrap. So I'm coming around here. I'm going to come around here on the base of the thumb. I wrap it around, and then you're going to come in between here. You just really want to try and make sure all this pre-wrap is covered so she doesn't try and pick at it. It's not looking the prettiest right now, but it's coming down, feathering it as you go down. Gloving it up. Tear it off. Double check that doesn't have any pre-wrap showing. Can you bend your thumb back?
No.
So, this is how you tape the thumb. She's all good. She can't move her thumb. And so relating this wise to my profession, I'm going to be a PT. So obviously I'm not going to want them to be taped up while I'm trying to have them do rehab. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. They wouldn't be able to really work on the motion. So I really wouldn't use this as much as a PT. Maybe if they are hurting after a rehab and they kind of just want some stability, I wouldn't do a full on tape like that, but maybe just some little bits of tape to help stabilize it. But for the most part, like I don't really think I'll use this that much as a PT unless I'm working side by side with an AT at a football game, then I could help out just for a time factor. But hope you enjoyed this video.